our first guest tonight to discuss this desperate attempt by the Dems and the Department of Justice attempting to obstruct and delay the president's order for the immediate unredacted declassification. Joining me now, Judge Jeanine Pirro, the host of Justice with Judge Jeannine, author of the New York Times bestseller, Liars, Leakers, and Liberals, the Case Against the Anti-Trump Conspiracy. Judge, this is clearly an anti-Trump conspiracy being carried out by the left.
It's not only an anti-Trump conspiracy, Lou. What this is an attempt at a coup. It is no less than that. It's not just obstruction. It is an attempt at a coup. And if you know Saul Alinsky, one of the main rules of the radicals is to create havoc and to tell people in your party or the other party that you must dismiss what the chief executive, the commander in chief, the person we elected in the Oval to be in the Oval Office, is akin to treason. It is outrageous, and it should be a message to everyone that their job is to obstruct everything this president does.
And this letter, and this is the letter right here. I mean, signed by the four highest-ranking Democrats in this process, basically referring then, not only calling for obstruction, for subversion,
right,
but referring to earlier agreements with this group of senators and congressmen that require them to not turn over all documents to the president of the United States.
Lou, are you surprised when you're talking about Pelosi and Schumer and Schiff and the rest of them, Warner, the other, all of them suffer tremendous damage if this stuff comes out. That's why they're calling on Rod Rosenstein, who's nothing more than an attempt by the whole, deep state to defend itself. That's why they're there.
Yeah, it's a cover-up without question. No, you want to know what surprises me?
What
surprises me is that they were stupid enough
to put it in writing?
This in writing and refer to the earlier agreement, which, by the way, appears to have been carried out by the DNI, by the director of the FBI, by the deputy attorney general.
You're right.
And this, to me, is an absolute basis for Leavenworth for all of them.
Lou, they suffer no consequences because Rod Rosenstein is, in essence, the attorney general, and Jeff Sessions is in a closet somewhere cowering. That's the problem with all of this. They can freely do it and in our face do it.
Your judgment about Sessions, is he compromised? Or is he just mentally incompetent?
Well, look, all I know is this guy was in the Senate for 20 years. He didn't do anything but pass, I think he sponsored 4 or 5 laws that were passed. It's absurd. One is to name a commission for Andrew Jackson, or one of them, I don't remember. But look, the bottom line is this. Jeff Sessions is a front for those individuals who would suffer Leavenworth if their actions, if they were made accountable for what they've done.
I want to turn to the other part of the chaos that's being created by the Dems. And by the way, they're not being particularly clever or cute about it, but they are energetic. And that is trying to derail and to end the Kavanaugh confirmation. Judge Kavanaugh is now facing the prospect of, again, trying to rebut and refute unsubstantiated claims from 36 years ago. Where are we in this? What do you divine from all that we know to this point?
What I divine from all that we know is that essentially, number one, nothing can be done legally. The statute of limitations has passed. There was no outcry. And the FBI cannot investigate this because there's no federal crime. The FBI doesn't do sex crimes. I did sex crimes. I ran an office for 30 years. I know sex crimes. And when you don't have an outcry, when you don't have anything, including an address, a date, when it happened, and it comes out in this political sphere, think about it, Lou. Everything that we know about Kavanaugh, about his DNA, the women who worked for him, the women he went to school with, the women he dated, not one person has alleged anything close to this. And we're talking about aggression, covering the mouth, attempted rape, so-called. And nobody wants to think that this guy hasn't done anything. We need to believe her. Yeah. But if it's a Democrat who's accused, and he's accused of rape and sexual assault by woman after woman, Anita Broderick, and on, we cannot believe those women. This is politics at its worst. Shame on us.
Well, certainly shame on them. Judge, thanks for being with us. Appreciate it. Judge Jeanine Pirro. Be sure to watch Justice with Judge Jeannine Saturdays, 9 p.m. Eastern on the Fox News Channel.